Buenos dias, señor, señora, señorita. This is this message is for you from the heart of dawn, and it comes from the dawn of humanity. Yeah, and what I'm talking about this morning, today, I think it's Thursday. Yes, I think it's Thursday. No, I don't know the date. Wait now, gosh, is this April 1st? Oh, I have another story to say. Uh, April 1st, I think. I don't know about time. It's like anyway. What am I talking about today? I'm talking. Wait now, just reminder. It's just a reminder. Yes, these messages are for you, but they're really for me. I get to share me to me, like it's like there. All of this stuff is bubbling up like a volcano all the time, and and it's like yes, I try to write it in my journal. Yes, I hardly ever miss a day of writing in my journal. I've been doing it since 1982, and I've got actual journals from 1992. Yes, I do. And anyway, uh, but I get to share them, and some of you are starting to listen. Yes, and so it's what I'm talking about in this is what is a miracle. And Soul just used it just the other day, the word miracle. Actually, she used a different word. And I'll tell you what that is in a sec. She had something going on with her hand, and there was all this pain, and I don't know the degree of it. I don't know anything about that because I don't focus on it too much. But she said, "Oh my God, the pain is gone. The pain is gone. Yes, the pain is gone. It's beyond miracle. It's beyond a miracle," she said. Okay? What is a miracle? A miracle is you doing something or something happening that goes way beyond human understanding. That's what a miracle is. And no, we don't need Jesus to come again or Mary Magdalene or the Lady of Fatima and all of that. We don't. It's inside you are the miracle. All you have to, just go to being born. Be born. For those of you that have had children and you held your baby, that firstborn, and whether it's you the mother or you the father, that's a miracle. We don't call them miracles to happen every day, but they're miracles. A human being created, being born by you and your partner is a miracle. So everybody's a miracle worker. Everybody. Yes, if you had a child, if you created a child, wanted or not by you, was still a miracle. That's right. Now, I am surrounded by miracles every day. Every single day. Yes. And you know, one that, on a, let's call it a larger scale, Manuel. It was him that called me last night and told me about a friend of ours that's in the hospital with the C word. Yes, with the C word. But his story, they told him in January of 2020 that he was having an operation and it was going to be 13 hours or so. And it was these two specialist surgeons that was doing the surgery. Here's what they told him, okay? That he'd have to wear a bag for the rest of his life. He couldn't have children. And that, uh, yeah, I think those are the two things. And and the other option was he wasn't going to live. Okay? And that was on a Tuesday, and they had a 13 and a half hour surgery. 13 and a half hour surgery. Yeah, that's what they had. Yep. And they just opened up a stomach wall. There was 4 tumors, just snipped them off, put it back together. And remember, they told him that there was a large chance he was going to make the surgery. And they called it a beyond belief surgery. They were shocked. That was number one. That was it. Okay? Then his beautiful equal half, Samia, called me on Thursday night. Dawn, will you talk to Manuel? He's in so much pain. He's doubled over with the pain. He's doubled over with the pain. And he's throwing up. He can't even sit upright. Well, okay, Samia. Don't know what I can do about it, but get him on the call. So she passed the phone to me, and he could hardly talk. Anyway, gave me enough information. To start asking questions. That was at 8 o'clock on Thursday evening. And at 8:20, I figured it out. I pulled all the programs out and what was going on and what he was doing around the pain and how he was creating and the beliefs that were creating the pain. And in 1 second, there's a video of this. In 1 second, he sat up, pain was gone, and guess what else? And I didn't know this until about 3 weeks ago. Now we're talking about January 2020. He found out that week he had no cancer, and he hasn't had any cancer since. He took a whole year of chemo. Yeah, a whole year of chemo with no cancer. But isn't that a miracle? Manuel did that. It wasn't Don Smith that did that. And it wasn't God that did that. You were given a gift. You were given a power. And you're here to use it. And your symptoms are a direct result of not using it. That's right. Whatever they are. And these miracles, I could go on and on and on. The person that's in the hospital I talked about on my video earlier this morning. When I met them, the 5 and 9-year-old. And the 5-year-old had Rubinstein-Tabby syndrome. Never heard of it before. Never even heard, not even close to hearing about it. He could only say 3 words at a time and had a 5-second attention span. Okay? It's in the category of Down syndrome. And what happened was, after they took the first time I worked with them, the 5-year-old was in his special class, whatever that was, and the 9-year-old was in school. But the next time I worked with him was, I believe it was 10 days or 2 weeks later. That was, I don't remember them quite, but it's around that time. And that day it had stormed, and so both boys were home. And they were wondering what they were going to do with them. I said, we'll figure it out when I get there. And so I went. And the first thing they told me was this little Ashton, his classmate, another 5-year-old, went home and told his mommy, Mommy, Ashton couldn't talk before, and now he's speaking to me. Okay? That was just from the parents taking the process. That's right. And then, that day, now keeping in mind, 5-second attention span, sent the 9-year-old down to watch TV, and the 5-year-old Ashton sat beside his mommy on the couch for 2 hours and 20 minutes and never budged. How amazing is that? 2 weeks later, he could say the alphabet. And it went on and on. That's one child. Okay? Did I know the recipe for Rubinstein-Tabby syndrome? I don't think so. Okay? Never heard of it before. And then I talked to them just a little while ago, which was a year later, and Sammy is telling me all of the amazing things that this little boy is doing. There's not to mention the 9-year-old that could not go to sleep without a nightlight. I did something with him, And that was it. He hasn't had a nightmare or a nightlight ever since. Yeah. Are those miracles? You damn right. And what I do is I show people how to stand in the power. It's that power that they have, that you have, that you're not using, or you're using it against yourself. And that's what a miracle is shifting it, but doing it rapidly. And most of these, the shift is instant, and sometimes the physical symptom or the whatever, like the guy that saved 615 million in 6 minutes, they're not all about physical, okay? Or the NHL hockey player that hadn't had uh, blown an ACL 3 weeks into the season, was off for 6 weeks and hadn't played a good game. Spent 2 hours with him, and he played the best game of his the season that night. 3 hours later, these are miracles. They're not God miracles. They're your miracles. You that did it. You're the miracle. I just show you how to be the miracle. Yes, yes, and they're all miracles. Like, oh my God, little uh, Kiana. I went to see this beautiful family out in White Rock. Now, you tell me if this fits in the category of miracles or not. Okay, you decide. Here she is. She's 10. And it's her second time. We had worked together, 2 weeks earlier. And I come back out to White Rock to see them, and we're waiting for Kiana. No sign of her, no sign of her, no sign of her, no sign of her. Finally, she comes in, and her mom asks her, we're like, where were you, Kiana? What was going on? She said, well, Mommy, I was in the bathroom, and I had a splitting headache and a really sore throat. I could hardly talk, and a not really so upset stomach. She said, and then she said, I realized, are you listening, everybody? Are you still listening, everybody? I realized, now keeping in mind this is a 10-year-old, that I created all three, and in 5 seconds I got rid of them all. Boom! Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. A 10-year-old creating their own miracle. Person with cancer creating their own miracle. Yes. Man manifesting a 615 million in 6 minutes. Miracle. They're all miracles because you're the miracle. I just give you the code. I have the code. I know how the code works. And I give you that code, and it's gotten more and more amazing. Matter of fact, to the point of, like I mentioned in a previous video this morning, it's inevitable. Words that do not describe. There's no words to describe this. But at least we got one to tell you that it's the word that tells you that there's no words to describe it. Isn't that amazing? What hilariousness this is. So anyway, gotta say, remember now, keeping in mind, on Saturday this week, it is the instant and permanent transformation by donation. And it's 11 o'clock Pacific and Pacific and Cabo Standard Time, Saturday. Okay? And on Sunday, time changes in Cabo, and then it becomes Mountain Standard Time, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So watch for that. Saturday is Spanish, Sunday is English. And it's amazing the results people are getting. And as an interpreter with Giancarlo standing right beside me, interpreting what I'm saying, and they're having their own miracles. Isn't that crazy? So, anyway, that's a miracle. You're the miracle. You were the miracle the day you were born, and you were a miracle the day that you held your first child. Those are two of the biggest miracles on the planet. That was you. So don't be trying to tell me that you got a disease or a symptom or some type of situation in your life that you don't know anything about, don't know how to change. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. You are the answer. Just like the program I have of you are your cure to your terminal disease. You damn right you are. Yes. And so that's the miracle. Yes. Got it? You are. And I'm going to show you. And just to give you an idea, you know, we were really struggling trying to figure out the combination to the safe for people taking the program. Jamie figured it out yesterday. Jamie Devine, one of the superheroes. He's the superhero of sales now, and we're not. I don't even like to call it sales. I'm gonna have to figure out another word because it isn't a sale. I told him never use sales techniques on people ever. No. Okay. So we'll have to figure out another word for sales. But the word is inevitable, and there's going to be a chart. There's a chart on the previous video today. You look that up. Yep, that's the answer, and you're the miracle. You are the miracle. Have a magnificent day.